Hey, Book Talk. So I told you guys last week that my book club picked God of the Woods for this month's read, and all the girls so far in the group chat are loving it. I'm only 100 pages in, and I am not sold. So I took this book with me to work this week to read on my breaks, and a few people at work have read it in the past, and they like it. So there are two things in this book that has pissed me off. It gave me a bad taste about the book, and it comes from the POV of Alice. Alice is one of our main character, whose name is Barbara. Alice is her mother. Just a recap of this book is about some rich people who have a summer camp for other rich kids, and one of the rich kids go missing, but it's the sister of another rich boy that went missing years ago. So anyway, so in this book there are two scenes where Alice, one, she's a victim, and the other one, she's a predator, I think. Okay, so the predator one, in my opinion, happened in the beginning of the book. So it tells us that Barbara was going through a tough time. Barbara was in her late teens. It didn't say what was happening in her life per se, but she was sad a lot. She was being very dismissive to her parents, and she was eating a lot, so she had gained weight. So the scene is that Barbara comes down to the kitchen, which the book had already said Alice told the cook to stop making her extra food. Anyway, Barbara came down to the kitchen, and Alice was just looking at her. And in her mind, Alice was seeing how disgusting her body looked, and how her butt, which was once like, it wasn't the best butt. It didn't have anything going on. To now her butt's just big and round. That was the first thing. To me, that's very predatory. Like, why are you looking at your child in that manner? I don't like it. The second one, to me, she was a victim. So the book goes back in time to when Alice met her husband. Her husband is a part of the family who owns this summer camp. So Alice was 17 years old, and her sister set her up with a man who was 23 years old. Her sister, at the age of 17, Alice was 17, but her sister set her up with a man who was 23, and he was all too willing and eager to meet the 17-year-old. They met a few times. By the third time they're meeting or so, he asked the father for the girl's hand in marriage. Mind you, she's still 17, and the book says once she turned 18, they got married. And y'all, and that was the last part of the book that I read. It's really just pissing me off. That was on like page 88 or something, and I just I am not one to DNF a book. I want to push through. I was trying to think about maybe doing an audio version, but there's like 80 people waiting for the audio on Libby. So I don't know. I'm putting the book down for a few days to maybe just loose out a little bit to see if I feel better about it. But those two instances just really piss me off, and it's just giving me a bad taste about this book.